My name is Cassandra Gabrielle Caines, also known as Kassie Caines. I was known as K Gabrielle for a time, and I am from Bermuda. I sing, I love to entertain, and I just love creating things. Both of my parents were disc jockeys. They met as radio personalities in Bermuda, so we grew up with music 100%. They got saved, and it was very much so gospel heavy influence in my house, but my sister and I went to dance class, so we were doing tap, ballet, hip hop, or whatever. Music was very, very much so like a part of my upbringing. And I don't know if anyone really paid attention to me singing. I don't know if I sang a lot as a child. I do know once it came time to be in like summer day camp time. It was the summer of Alicia Keys' Fallen. So I would sing it, and camp counselors would kind of just be like, Cassie, do it again. And then it became a thing. Like, they would take me to each section and be like, listen to this girl sing. My sister and I have been traveling like our whole lives. Like, going to Bermuda was a very, very normal thing, and I'm grateful for that because both of us were born there. Both my parents were born there. Well, my mom was born in America, but because my grandmother was here, but she was raised 100% in Bermuda. They're both Bermudian. My mom still lives there. So them making sure that we got to go back all of the time was huge. These two are like, I don't know, the most purest love that I ever knew. They met when they were teenagers, and they sat on a beach together in Bermuda and dedicated their lives and their children's lives to God, and said they would marry each other and stay together forever, and they did. My grandmother is still with us. My grandfather passed away a few years ago. This is my grandmother, who literally just changed the face of politics in Bermuda, and she was knighted by the Queen. She was the first female barrister of the British Commonwealth, first female attorney general in Bermuda. Just literally all around amazing, set the standard, period. My grandfather was from Trinidad. His story isn't as detailed historically, but he had so much character and so much energy. I still wish that I could like learn more about who he was, but his strength is like deep within all of his grandchildren and children. That's my mom, and that's my uncle when they were little. So yeah, this is my dad's parents, and this is a picture of me and my sister and my dad. We were living in Delaware County here. My sister and I, when we moved back to Bermuda, we were very hesitant of telling people who our grandmother was, because this is a woman who people learn about in school, and she did so much for the country. And I think we just wanted to be accepted by our peers and not felt as if we were like going to be ostracized, or people even looking at us like, oh, those girls, we don't want to do anything bad around them or anything. Right. I'm glad to be able to just be proud in it now and not feel like it's a weight. Like it's more like a stepping stool. Like that's what she came here to be, a stepping stool for a lot of people, a lot of Black people, a lot of Bermudians. As of today, which is Easter 2021, we are 6 months pregnant, 26 weeks. 26 weeks. So that's nuts.
And how are you feeling?
Like, as a pregnant woman?
Yeah, how are you feeling as a pregnant woman?
Oh man, talk about it.
I'm always hungry. I just want to eat all the time. The baby kicks a lot. The baby has been kicking throughout the interview.
That's a good sign.
The baby has been kicking throughout the interview. They kicked me a lot. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel just excited. It swings between nerves and excitement all the time. But, yeah, I mean, listen, being pregnant is a real thing, honey. What it does to this body is a real thing, honey. Like, Yeah, sleepy, back hurting, all of those things.
Cravings. What are the cravings?
Sweets. I was never a sweet person. Like, I'm big on like savory and like chips and things, but yeah, there's like 3 different types of ice cream in the freezer right now. And I eat a lot of fruit all the time. Like, you see, we got literally like peaches, pineapples, cantaloupes, like it's a little bit of everything because I need to have them all there. And you watch me demolish all of those strawberries, so it's that.
How did you hear about Songs for the Soul?
Huh? That fateful day, I mean. My friend reached out to me about going to an event, and she and I would make our way around the city. We loved doing open mics together and things in the city, and it was my first year back in Philly, so I was open. And she's also a creative, so I knew it was like gonna be a good night. And I think I recognized one person on the bill, which made me feel like, okay, like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And I think it was Ty. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's amazing. Like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely down to go. And then she's my good sis, but she was a little flaky. So she was like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to go anymore. But I was so excited and really, really wanted to go. And I had been telling Malik about it, my friend at the time. So when she didn't want to go, he was like, do you still want to go? We could go. And I'm like, yeah, I would love that. So we pull up, and I think this is when it was at Latage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like one of the last times at Latage.
Yeah, I think it was like November?
November.
And then you ended up coming to the next one.
Yes, the next one you invited me to sing.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
I walked in that night, and I'm blessed because I know that I won't say I came in late, but to me, I'm like, this is already a fully established concept. This is incredible when I walked into Latage. So I just feel so blessed that I was able to see Songs for the Soul at that venue.
Yeah.
Because there was something really magical about that space. It felt like that smoky bar that you just stumbled in. It felt like a saloon of sorts. Like, it was really incredible and very inspiring. Felt like I walked into a moment of the Harlem Renaissance or something. Like, it was wild. And I remember just being blown away by the energy in the room to the point where I was having a hard time sitting still. I think I was up by the end of the night dancing with you. Like, I was having a ball. And it was all from the energy in the room. I just could not believe that there were so many creatives in one space. Again, just humbled to be in the room with these people. And I remember, I think Ty performed. Is it Balmore?
Oh, yeah, and his brother.
Yes, he performed, and that was the last time. I only needed one time, though. I was blown away from that one time, but I haven't seen him since. But, yeah, they were beautiful. Hannah performed
that night.
And then, I'm sitting at the bar like this. Solomon enters wearing cat-eye green shades, baby. Talking about, my eyes are green. And I was like, I will literally die right now. I will die right now because that's one of my favorite songs. That's one of the songs that you sing in your bedroom, minding your business and just feeling like, oh, no one in the world understands. I'm a creative and I'm by myself. And then you just strutted in and it was, oh my gosh, I just knew that it really felt like I had found people that may understand me, which was such a blessing and such a breath of fresh air. So that night changed the trajectory of me being and performing in Philly. Because up until then, I just was doing random open mics. I had just come off of performing full-time in Bermuda for 3 summers straight. I had won awards and all sorts of stuff in Bermuda. And I came to Philly and I was like, I'm not pressed until I saw Songs for the Soul. And I was
yes!
I'm so serious. I was like, I want to do this with them. I have always been a huge fan of dressing up. I have photos of me and my sister in like my grandmother's high heels, and we did dance classes, so we take our tutus and put them on our wrist or put them on our jeans. So I've always had this love of fashion and also knowing that it goes hand in hand with entertaining. like it creates a whole vibe. So I started working retail for the first time ever in 2018, and it was a resale store. So I got my hands on a lot of like really rare, some vintage pieces that are special to me, and I've always loved styling. So doing it with other artists has been really cool too. But yeah, these are my random little pieces.
You pulled them out.
Yeah. Here's one that I found here in Philly. They say it's vintage on the tag, and it kind of does look like it could be vintage. Definitely like hand sewn, which is really special. I haven't worn it yet. I feel like I want to wear it doing something maternity wise, but it's so sexy because it's got like holes, like little keyholes, and then the drama with the bedazzle, and then she's giving you a split, honey. When I grab pieces like this, I do think of them as either for photo shoots, but really performing moments.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like, I think of like Diana Ross. Honestly, Beyonce, you come onto the stage and you gotta be diva. So I have that element for my type of entertaining and performing.
What makes you most happy?
What makes me most happy is feeling supported. Yeah. Feeling most happy to me looks like support. It looks like being supportive. Being pregnant makes me happy, which is, it feels weird to say, but yeah, it does. I feel like it's a new chapter in my life, and that is really exciting. I haven't always been super excited about new chapters. Change is a scary thing, but I think it makes me happy right now, which is pretty cool.
How do you ground yourself?
Breathing, which I used to think was a scam, but it's real. Taking a deep breath really does change things. And music. I listen to a lot of music. Recently, I watch a lot of Netflix too, but when I'm doing what I need to do to actually ground myself, music is involved. I've been creating playlists for myself, for the baby. I think also thinking about the baby grounds me, because it's like a new thing to think about, that allows me to be more pure and gentle with myself. Being pregnant has definitely granted me permission to be more gentle and more caring of myself. And I've been trying to pass it along to all my non-pregnant friends, like, here are the self-care things that I've been doing as a pregnant person because there's a child in me. But if I didn't have a child in me, I think I should still be doing these things.